Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Juan Solo here with ASQD Gaming, and in today's video we are going to be talking about a couple of perks and whether or not I think that they're going to be in Infinite Warfare and how they're exactly going to be used in Infinite Warfare. And the two perks we're actually talking about is Awareness and Dead Silence. These two perks, there's been a lot of controversy over the years with these two perks. It basically affects how loud your footsteps are and then how loud the enemy can hear your footsteps. And there's been all sorts of arguments about these perks, whether or not they should be in the game and stuff like that. But we're going to talk about it a little bit. The gameplay you're actually seeing in this video is Safeguard on Infection. I actually just unlocked the Blackjack Specialist, and I was using the Rogue. It's like the weapon thing. So basically when you got to get 5 kills and it'll fill up the meter. And then when you kill someone, you basically get their specialist weapon. And if you kill someone after that, you can actually cycle between the two, which is pretty cool. So this is actually the first time I actually got to play with it. I think I did pretty well in here, but let's get in and talk about this. So in Infinite Warfare, there's probably going to be perks that makes it so your enemy footsteps are louder, and there's going to be one that makes it so your footsteps are quieter. This has kind of been the story of the last, quite a few Call of Duties, except for Advanced Warfare. And this is where it kind of gets tricky, because in my personal opinion, Advanced Warfare did it right. Advanced Warfare, there was no perk in the game that made your footsteps quieter. There was actually an exo ability, which only lasted about 10 seconds, I believe, and it basically made it so your footsteps were completely silent. There was no noise at all, which that's fine, but the way they did the footsteps in Advanced Warfare was perfect. There was no perk that made it so you were quieter, and there was no perk where the enemies could hear your footsteps easier. Basically, the noise that your feet made was all the same. Everybody made the same noise with their feet in this skin, and that's a lot of people might be like, why is that such a big deal? In Call of Duty, the way you can hear footsteps, especially with all the headsets that are out there nowadays, it is a crucial part of the game. And in my personal opinion, they need to take one out of Advanced Warfare's playbook. This is probably one of the few things that, in my opinion, Sledgehammer Games got right with Advanced Warfare. Get rid of Awareness, get rid of Dead Silence, make it so there's a set volume that the sound that your feet make when you're running around in the game, and make it so that it's a lot less of something in the game. Sound whoring in Call of Duty, honestly, yeah, there's a lot of headsets out there that it makes it kind of part of the game, but it's annoying a lot of times, especially with Awareness, because Awareness basically cancels out Dead Silence, which it shouldn't be that way. If you want to make it so that your footsteps aren't heard, you should be able to. It kind of takes, it takes a lot out of the game when you don't have to worry about somebody hearing you from a mile away. So, hopefully they do bring in something like Advanced Warfare did. Actually, we're going to look at an image here real quick, and this shows Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. They both had SITREP and SITREP Pro, which when you got SITREP Pro, it made it so you could hear enemy footsteps louder. And in Modern Warfare 3 especially, once you unlocked SITREP Pro, it completely canceled out Dead Silence, and you could hear people's footsteps from a crazy distance. That honestly, that never got patched, and after everybody kind of figured out that SITREP Pro did that in Modern Warfare 3, the game was ruined. Everybody had SITREP Pro on. It slowed the pace of the game down so much, because the only way you could move around without being heard is if you were crouched, which really slowed down the fast-paced Call of Duty that we know. And as you can see in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and Call of Duty Ghost, it was Awareness, and that basically did the exact same thing. And then you had Dead Silence, which basically made it so your footsteps were a lot quieter. So out of all those games, that was kind of some people were against it, some people were for it. A lot of people swear by Awareness, and this is just my personal opinion, and if I offend people, it is what it is. But if you have to use Awareness, in my opinion, you're a scrub. Because Awareness makes it so, like for instance, you can hear me from a really far distance away, and that should not be in the game. You shouldn't have to depend on that to know where I'm at. You should be able to find me based off of, your tactics and my tactics and all that jazz. But I'm not going to get into too much detail with that and open up a whole nother can of worms. But, we don't know anything about multiplayer in not Advanced Warfare, but Infinite Warfare. We won't know until Call of Duty XP, which is in about another 2 months away. So up until we see multiplayer, and maybe we can get a few leaks or something, or some capture from Call of Duty XP that shows the perks that are in the game, but up until that point we're not going to really know. But hopefully, in my opinion, and I know that's kind of split between a lot of people, that they just go with a set volume for your footsteps and they don't have perks like awareness and dead silence in the game. Because Black Ops 3, the one big thing that Treyarch said was they were getting rid of toughness that was in Black Ops 2, which made it so you have less flinch when you're getting shot, because they felt that that was a crutch perk. You almost had to have it on at all times to be, you know, not at a disadvantage. With this, dead silence and awareness are crutch perks. You have to run one or the other. If you don't want to be heard, obviously you want to run dead silence, but if you want to be able to just give up the fact that people can hear you, but you can hear them from even further away, you use awareness, which in my opinion is not fair. So Treyarch wants to get rid of the crutch perks, but they leave in awareness and dead silence. This is where I hope Infinity Ward steps up to the plate. And if you're going to have perks in the game that you don't want to be crutch perks, you got to get rid of awareness and dead silence. Make it, throw some other perks in there. Give us something new. Innovate a little bit. Change it up. So we're not having crutch perks like dead silence and awareness in our game for years and years and years. Dead silence was in Call of Duty 4, but there was no perk in Call of Duty 4 that made it so your footsteps were louder. So if you ran dead silence, basically nobody could hear you. And there was no counter for that, which in my opinion there shouldn't be a counter for that. If you want to run silently, you should be able to. But pretty much from Modern Warfare 2 on, there was a perk in the game that made your footsteps quiet, and then there was a perk in the game that made your footsteps super loud. So let's just get rid of those perks altogether. Let's put in new perks. Let's put in new things, new skills. Innovate with that. Run with it. Give us some new stuff. Get rid of those perks because they don't need to be there. But enough of me going on with this rant, guys. That's pretty much all for this video. I just kind of wanted to talk about that and kind of share my opinion on what the whole deal is with that. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button, and down in the comments, let me know what you think about the perks, sit rep, awareness, dead silence. What's your opinions on that whole thing? But if you're new around here, also make sure to subscribe for more awesome Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, Battlefield 1 content in the future, in the months to come. But for now, guys, that's it. So I am out of here. Peace out.